Well, good day to everyone. I have a new batch of cabochons that I wanted to show you from stones primarily, not entirely, but primarily that I found this summer. And I'll just go through them one by one, show you what they are, and let you get a closer look at them. This one here is banded shirt. I liked it because of the banding. You can kind of see how it looks in the rough on the back and the profile of it, but really pleased with how that turned out. You know, it's maybe not as decorative as some people would like because it's just brown and white, but I kind of like that. So I made it into a cabochon. So first one, here's another chert. This one had some interesting pattern in it, kind of a blue-gray swirled with other earth tones. I don't know how well you can see, but down here there's a little clear portion that's perfectly crystal clear, and that one polished up real nicely. This one was a stone that I found on my first outing, and I picked it up because of the green and red. I like the green and red. And I see other people on YouTube calling this unikite. I don't know if this is unikite or not, but made a nice little triangular shaped cabochon. And then I wanted to do one. I've picked up so much red in the course of the summer that I wanted to do one just of plain red jasper. And as I did it, of course, it turns out to be more complex than a simple and plain red. On closer inspection, you can see little tiny specks of hematite in there, and I'll give you a closer view of that in a little bit here. But so it's got an interesting fine-grained pattern to it with hematite specks through it. And this one, again, I picked up because it was red, and because and I started grinding on it because it was red, and it turns out it's not the same as the other one. It is kind of halfway between agate and jasper. It's not as opaque as the jasper is, but it's not as clear as you would expect, say, a carnelian to be. And just to demonstrate that, you know, it has some really complex and interesting swirling going on through there and some translucency, so I really liked how that turned out. Very pleased with that one. And these next three I sliced all from the same stone. Again, this is a stone that I picked up on my first outing. And I knew immediately that it was an agate. I just didn't know what it looked like on the inside. And as it turns out, it has some very interesting and, for me, fascinating swirls and clear portions. There's a pit in there, but still I liked how that looked, and again, being agate, you know, the light shines through it very nicely. But I ended up making 3 different size stones out of it, all of which have the same swirling white and clear pattern in there. And I thought, well, I want to make the most of this stone, so that's what I did. And this is just a really small one, but I didn't want to throw that piece away. And then the next 3 stones are actually stones that I had prior, and I didn't find this summer. I had in a box of unfinished stones. This one, it has a pretty plain brown parent stone, but it has some nice agate vein going through the center of it, and I thought, well, let's make something out of that and make it so we can enjoy it. You can see that the reflection of the light shows the irregularities based on the stone that it's polishing, whether it be the host stone or whether it be the agate portion or whether the quartz center. That's just typical, I'm learning, of stones, especially stones that are kind of mottled and have different types of varieties of stone in. They polish a little bit different. This is just a piece of yellow jasper that I picked up when I lived in Arizona for 5 years, and so this is a piece of yellow jasper with some red and white mixed in there that looks a lot better in person than it does on the camera, so I'm sorry about that. But this last little piece here, this is actually Arizona petrified wood. Some people refer to it as rainbow petrified wood because of the colors, such vivid reds and yellows, and there's black and gray and whites that you find in there as well. But this one just shined up beautifully. And I've got another piece that I'll be polishing up from in my next batch. So those 3 were not found this summer, but these all were, and I've got another batch started, and hopefully we'll get that going sooner rather than later. Here's a piece, if you watch my collecting videos this summer, you notice that every now and then I picked up a pink clamshell, and boy, the video, at least what I'm looking at here, doesn't show the color very well, but I was able to find one thick enough that I could actually cut a disc out of and polish it, and still have some pretty substantial thicknesses. You can see the lining in there, but maybe you can see the color a little bit at the side. But I was really pleased with how this turned out. It's not finished by any means. It's not polished, but I got a nice flat disc that I can make something out of in the future. I just thought I'd show that with you as well. So there you go. This is at least my latest batch of cabochons. I'm doing some flat pieces that I'm polishing on my flat lap, and I hope to have those done soon, as well as another batch of cabochons. So as I progress and as I go through the course of the summer, I will go through the course of the winter, excuse me, I will give you updates and show you my progress. I'm going slow. Life is busy for me right now. So I'll get done what I can and show you as I get them done. Thanks for watching.